All right, guys, welcome back, you degenerates, to week 3, baby. Can you believe we're already at week 3? This season is flying by. Dude, it's crazy, brother. The football season, I know they added a week, but it's just never long enough. Never long enough.
No, they need to add 3 more weeks.
Yeah. I'd be totally down for that. So I hope you guys are enjoying this podcast or whatever this is, because we're enjoying doing it for you guys. We're still efforting some more segment videos from you guys, so feel free to hit us up with your ideas and we'll get those on here because that's so much fun, the few that we've had so far. Anyways, let's get right to it, man. We're going to start with our weekly matchup breakdown.
Well, I thought it was a really weird week in the NFL myself, just how the games went, but in the league, I don't know, it kind of went how I thought it was going to go. Besides maybe the high score got a little out of control this week against me, and but all in all, I think it went pretty well. I think what was going to happen, I thought did happen. So I'll break it down real quick. And Alex, he scored a couple points against me for the win. I don't really want to talk about that. Whatever. Justin and Sean pulled out the win at 176 to 153 over Justin. That was a really good win for him. Creeping up near the high score of the week. Bobby lost again to Adam. Adam, I think maybe our podcast helped him coming on and talking about it, airing his grievances. He jumped way up. I mean, he was 5 points off top dog this week. So, that was a huge comeback. Yeah,
low score this last week, and he was second highest score this week, I believe. So, just shows you coming on our show might do something for your team this year, guys.
I like it. All right, let's continue on. I want to give a good shout out to Ryan, who pulled up the fucking definitely upset against the commissioner. Very good job. Glad Ben didn't jinx you, if those things exist or not. We jinxes were flying. Whatever. Great job, Ryan. That was a good win. Josh and Steve, I think they were like battling to try and get closest to 100. 100 points. They both crept over just a little bit. Josh did pull out the win at 119 to 114, so that was good to see. And then, the last game of the week, you against Joe. Joe, you got to do better, buddy.
Man.
Better. But nice win, Ben.
Yeah, my team definitely showed up this week. I had some really smart plays, I thought, in my team that we can get into later, but not necessarily smart plays, but I had some players that I slid in there that really performed for me, so I was really happy about that. Let's see. Right now we got the records. Joe and we were talking about records last week, and I want to mention that real quickly. Joe and Steve dropped to 0-1-1. We still have a few guys here still looking for their first win, and Bobby, Joe, Steve.
Yep.
Yeah, all three of those guys are looking for their first win still. So, it'll be interesting to see moving forward what happens and if these guys can pick up their first win this week. We'll talk more about that as we break down at the end of this podcast, and we break down next week's games and their predictions and whatnot.
So let me ask you this. How do you think Joseph feels? His total for the whole season, both weeks, 182 points.
Woo!
Alex scored 191. That's tough between brothers when your 1 week score beats his whole fucking season.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's tough. That is tough.
Yeah, especially the little brother. Joseph, what do you think about that, man? Oh, man. All right, let's move it along to our next segment. Is one of our favorite segments because we reach out and we actually get to talk to you guys out there. We're going to talk about high and low. This segment this week is a good one, man. I'm really excited to show you these videos. We reached out to our our top and our lowest score this week, and it happens to be brothers. And we got some great videos for you coming up right now. First one is we reached out to the champ who had the high score this week, Alex. What was his score?
191 points.
Woo! It's a big number.
Yeah,
it's a big number. So let's talk to Alex right now. Welcome to our high score of the week, our 2-time reigning champ. What's up, champ?
What'd y'all expect?
That's a big number. The big number you put up this week, champ. 191.
All right, Alex. So congratulations on beating me this week. You made it look easy, unfortunately. I mean, it was on the back of a historic 2-receiver game that's never happened before the NFL. It will probably never happen again. So enjoy that high score. But man, fucking sucks. But congratulations.
Listen, I appreciate that. And you were a good contender this week. I was only watching that game up until about the fourth quarter, and then I left the restaurant, and I was walking through another store with my wife when those two things happened. And I thought to myself, damn, that fucking crazy. And I thought of you, Matt. I thought, man, that must be some painful shit. Thinking about the pain you were witnessing, knowing.
Matt, yeah, loss is a loss, man. Big loss, small loss, don't really matter. And, like I said, I want you in my division so I can take you down before the playoffs. I got one more run at you. I'll be ready.
What was that word you just mentioned a minute ago? Was that loss? Ben and I don't know what that is.
Yeah, 2-0 this week. We both went 2-0, and so we're sitting pretty up at the top of each of our divisions.
I mean, all you got to do is think back to every year besides the last two in this league, and you know what loss means. So it ain't that far back, buddy. Hey,
I think you're probably old enough to remember that I was 11-5 last season. I was 12-4 the season before. I was 12-4 the season before that. I should have won 2 years ago too, and I should have won in 2012 when I was 12-4 as well.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Champ, quick question: are you concerned about James Conner and the way he's performing on your team? Because he's really one of the weakest links on your team. You got him and that Schultz kid out of Dallas. Seems like you're two weak links. How are you going to handle these problems?
Well, Schultz's problem is that Dak Prescott sucks, and now he's out of the way. So we'll see if things get better. But his knee's banged up, so we'll see if he comes back this week.
Doesn't look like it.
James Conner is a stud, and I'm going to keep playing him, week after week because I know he's going to score like 15 touchdowns this season, like he always does. But Arizona's been sputtering a little bit out of the gate. That's all right. We can roll with it for the first 2 weeks. And I got Eno Benjamin, waiting in the back.
He took a back seat this week, though, to Darrell Williams. Benjamin came in as a third guy. So I wouldn't be too confident that he's going to get much more than he got.
Darrell Williams is a stud because he used to be Kansas City Chief.
Yeah, actually, Ben dropped him this week. I think he's available.
He is available, and with Connor coming up as questionable this week with an ankle injury, it's going to be interesting to see which one of those guys totes the load. Basically, is Eno Benjamin going to be the guy, or is it going to be Williams? I don't know. We'll have to see. But Alex, this has been great, champ. Thank you so much for your time. We look forward to every week.
He just bailed on us. He didn't get enough airtime or something. He's
oh, dude, he big timed us. That's what the champ does. He big times you. All right. I love the commitment to the outfit too, and the full, the accent, everything, dude. You go, champ. You go. So yeah, that was awesome. His character, Booby Hoob. Is that what his character name is?
Something like that. Booby Hoob.
Yeah, Booby Hoob. Anyways, so that was our high score of the week. Big number, 191 from Alex and the Natives, his team name is. And let's go right to our low score of the week, which his brother Joseph put up a really underwhelming 70 points. That's very tough to do. So let's go to Joseph right now and hear what he had to say to defend himself.
Howdy.
All right.
Oh, from one ribble to the next. What's up, Joseph? How are you, man?
Man, hey, listen, long time listener. So glad to finally be a guest on this show.
Yeah.
Is this disguised because you took an ass kicking in 2 leagues this week? Or what?
2 leagues?
I feel like there's a common denominator here too. Let's see, who did I play in both leagues?
Who was that, by the way? Oh yeah, this guy. Yeah, yeah, man. So 7. How many points was it, Matt? That he came short of, or he exceeded the line of.
Yeah, so he was 7 points above making the all-time low scoring list. So barely beat staying off that list, but damn, Joe, only 70 points. That's harsh, buddy.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins only getting you 7. 3 from Watson, 1 from Hill. Etienne only got you 8. You got 0 from Shark. Your defense didn't show up for you. I mean, this was just a rough one, man. This is a rough one for you. Any like explanation? Have you heard anything from your guys? What was it?
Well, I kind of went into this season thinking, hey, let's do, everybody's going to be looking at wide receivers, right?
Uh-huh.
So let's do the polar opposite. Let's go in there and grab the 2 best running backs. And that clearly has not worked out for me this season. I don't recommend following my lead.
That's a little bit of an old school thought process that you're following there. Especially in such a pass heavy league this year and these for the last 5 or 6 years. Jonathan Taylor, yeah, what a disappointment, dude. I mean, let's be honest. 9 rushes for 54 yards and a reception. They got shut out by Jacksonville. Shut out.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean that is crazy.
Yeah, man, I want to apologize to you, Joe, for talking about with you before the draft. I was so far off on how I thought it was going to go about spending big early. I'm not saying you did it because I did it, but I know we talked and we both kind of did the same strategy, and man, it's not working out great.
It's only the second weekend.
Yeah. 1
loss. I could probably come back,
Oh yeah, dude! You don't win or lose a league at the draft. Dude. You got to play all year.
And what's funny is I've got really good matchups this week, so chances are very, very good that I'll be talking to you guys again next week as the high score.
Well, and in fact, that was actually almost pulled off this week by Adam. He was very damn close to being high score this week, and Adam put up 186. And Alex only got him by 5, and he was the low scorer last week on our show. So, it is trending that way that you're going to have a good game. So yeah, you get that to look forward to.
Well, thank you.
What is it time to hit the panic button on your team? Are you stressing? You stressing?
It's early. I try not to panic till week 4 or 5, but and the tie last week does help. Honestly, I only have the 1 loss.
It's true. That's true.
I'm not freaked out just yet. But if we're talking next week and I've got 70 points again, there'll be a fire sale for sure.
Yeah, I can see
So
that.
Joe, since you brought up the tie, you heard the pod last time. I hate ties. How do you feel about it?
I don't love them, but I don't see us getting rid of them either.
Exactly what I said.
Yeah. I really don't love them. I could do without the ties, but I don't see an easy way past them.
Well, the easiest way is just go to fractional score. 0.1 per yard instead of 1 for 10 yards. I mean, it's the easiest way. Changes nothing in our league except for not getting ties.
This league fears change, though.
No, they don't. We change more than any league I've ever played in. It's all we do. We should be called the League of Change. That's all we do.
That is true. He has a good point. We have changed rules every year, I think, since we started this thing.
Yeah. Hey, you guys are doing a phenomenal job with your podcast. I love listening to it.
Thanks Joseph. Man. Appreciate it, man. And good luck next week, man. Who you playing?
I don't even know. I haven't looked, but they're in trouble.
Well, it's whoever's left in this division.
So it's me, you, Josh, and Steve. So you're playing Josh, I think, because you started with Steve, didn't you, with the tie? So yeah, you should be playing Josh. So hey, that's
you're playing the worst team in the league. You got it.
Yeah, it's trending up for you.
As long as I don't booby hoob it.
Believe it. All right, Joseph. Thanks a lot, man. We'll see you next
All right,
week.
Good to see you,
fellas, have
Joe.
a good week. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks.
Well, let's see. He has a better chance this week of winning playing Josh, one of the low scoring teams in the league so far this year. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Joseph, good luck. Sorry to have put an ass whooping on you this week in both leagues.
Both leagues.
Yeah, both leagues. Both
Nice.
leagues. So,
It's always fun.
you have to recover from that one mentally and physically. Yeah, so yeah, that was high and low, guys. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed that, and we'll look forward to talking to you guys throughout the season. Next week, we can't wait to see who it is.
Hello, Degenerates. This is Bubby Hub, your top fantasy analyst. This week, I'm giving out the Horse's Ass Award to Joey Juju, a man who scored 97 points on his bench and only 70 in his starting lineup. Joey Juju, this Horse's Ass Award is for you!
All right, moving right along, guys. This kind of ties into our high and low. This one is called our shoulda, woulda, coulda, and this one's going out to our low scorer of the week, Joseph. Joey Hulu. I forgot to ask him what the name is about. I wanted to ask him that, and I forgot to ask him. But shoulda, woulda, coulda this week for Joe. Tua Tagovailoa. Tua Tagovailoa. 51 points on his bench, dude. That's a heartbreaker, right, Matt?
That is a heartbreaker. You know what? I don't think it even would have mattered though.
No, it wouldn't have. It wouldn't have
70
mattered.
plus 51 is still around 162. So, he also left Noah Brown, Cowboys' #1 receiver, on his bench. So that's interesting. That's 71 points he could have come up on. But shoulda, woulda, coulda. The other shoulda, woulda, coulda. He didn't need it necessarily, or actually he did. Never mind, he lost. Justin picked up last week in the waiver section Curtis Samuel, who was the #1 guy I was going to pick up.
Yeah.
He picked him up, left him on his bench for 22 points.
Oh,
I don't understand people why they pick guys up and not play them. If you're going to give up, you're going to burn your waiver priority, play the guy.
yeah. What's the idea behind that? What's the thought process of that? You picked him up. Who did he play instead? Do you have that in front of you?
Well, I'll tell you what, Justin. Well, I'll cover it in the other section. Justin dropped all kinds of people he should have kept, but
okay.
We'll
get that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shoulda, woulda, coulda this week to Joe, and hopefully next week it's not somebody on one of our teams that we forget. I did make a bonehead move this week, and I'll let you kind of talk about that in your weekly roundup. Which is actually coming up right now. Matt's weekly round the league recap.
Round the league.
We're gonna get to that right now. Brother, break it down for us.
All right, man. I got all kinds of stuff to talk about. I was fired up this weekend. There are many things I just talked about. The waiver wire pickup. There were so many guys this week that were dropped that shouldn't have been. I don't know if people realize you're allowed to trade in this league because they just started cutting people Sunday morning for no reason. It was unfathomable. You were one of them. You dropped Tyler Boyd. I don't know. Nate said he reached out to you 2 hours ahead of time, told you made a mistake. You had a guy in the practice squad or some weird shit.
Yeah.
Instead of making a trade, you dropped Tyler Boyd.
I efforted a trade. I tried to trade with you. I tried to trade Bobby. Nathan was offering me things that were just out of control.
He does that.
Yeah. So he did give me a heads up, which was nice of him, and I appreciate that. I probably would have caught it. Maybe not though. But I was at work, so maybe I might have not have caught it. Tyler Boyd, and it's a bummer too, because with T Higgins out, Boyd, was looking to, maybe perform well. He ended up not. He ended up only getting 5 points. So
Yeah.
Those of you who avoided that trade were probably smart to avoid that trade. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes you make bonehead moves, and that was mine this week.
Yeah, there were some other ones. I mean, Justin dropped Michael Gallup. I don't get it. I mean, he's easily the #2 for Dallas.
Yeah.
He also dropped Jacoby Myers, who went off for like 20 fucking points this week or something like that. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I think he had like 13 targets. So our waiver wire is going to go crazy tonight. Boyd, Gallup, Jacoby Myers, Cole Beasley, Tom Brady's new favorite weapon. He just picked him up.
Yeah.
Tom loves short, slow, white dudes in the slot. Cole Beasley is going to kill it, dude. Kill it. He's going to eat. Dude, KJ Hamler, Wan'Dale Robinson, they're all on waivers. Darrell Williams, you dropped him. I understand why you did, but still, with the dinged up starter, he's going to be on there. We got Mike Gesicki, who I gave Adam bad intel on last week, even though I believed it was true. I mean, there's 9 guys easily without even looking that are going to go on the waivers tonight. So if you're in spot 9, 10, 11, you can be able to number 1 waiver priority by tomorrow morning.
Wow.
These aren't studs, but these are definitely good depth guys they're going to have on our bench, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see who gets them tonight.
Anywho, top waiver priority pick is Pitts. It's Pitts. He's going to catch lots of balls.
You got anybody you're looking at tonight?
No, I don't have I haven't really targeted anybody off the top of my head. I mean, I probably look at some defenders to try and bolster my defense. But
Stay away from Hufanga. That's my guy. I'm picking him up tonight.
I love Hufanga, man. He's an SC dude. Come on, you know how much I love my SC guys. My linebacker, I picked up Kruger Hill last week on Houston, and he only got
sounds like a grocery store.
It does. I'm gonna down to Kruger Hill, pick me up some of those steaks and some potatoes.
Bobby Hobo needs a fucking pack of lights.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm falling over here.
Oh,
all right. I say, let me address it since I just knocked my shit around. There's a dude out front cutting a fucking tree down with a chainsaw. He just started before this. I threw up a bed sheet. I'm in a fucking different room, temporary studio. Sorry, guys.
Looks good. Is that it for your weekly roundup recap? You got anything else?
No. I got a few more things. I want to touch on the Dynasty League. We got a couple guys there that are still winless. Josh, Dre, Steve, and Bobby. Bobby's making it on a couple of our lists today. Bobby, dude, come on. It's a long season. Don't give up already.
I think I was right on my pick with him, by the way. Worst team in the league.
Yeah, you might be.
Yeah.
And in the Guillotine League, who do you think I knocked out this week? He's already been on the list twice today.
Is it Bobby again?
Bobby again.
Oh, jeez. So wait, that's 2 weeks in a row. Both Habs, boom, boom. The have-nots.
Luckily, they each have 2 teams, so they're still in it, but they might be the next 2 teams out. Their teams are trash, dude. Trash.
Wow.
Which is why I told you before, when I pick my divisions, I try and pick people with the youngest kids because it happens every year. They don't have time to do their research. They don't try to make waiver wires. They're planning parties. I try and only pick people with babies in my divisions. I think it usually works out pretty good.
Happy birthday, Holden. Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday. Well, we did have a successful trade go through today, right before we started the podcast in the main league. Nate and Ryan, who I'm always a little skeptical when those 2 trade, but Nate ended up getting Hunter Renfrow and Antonio Gibson, and Ryan got Darrell Henderson and Michael Carter. Now, originally my first thought was, well, Nate won. He got the best player. He got Antonio Gibson, Hunter Renfrow. I mean, the Raiders got to do better than they're doing now, so they're going to need him. And I was going to come down on Ryan saying, well, man, he just traded for guys in timeshares, and Michael Carter and Breece Hall is, going to be the stud. He is a stud. He's a starter. Darrell Henderson, with Cam Akers. But then I realized Nate is the same thing. Antonio Gibson is the timeshare with Brian Robinson.
Yeah.
So I still think Nate won the trade. I don't know why Ryan did it because now he has like 5 running backs that he could start, but he doesn't have room to start them all. And I don't even know if he has enough wide receivers to fill his team right now. So I think Nate won it. I'm a little confused on why Ryan did it, but hey, maybe they'll drop a video to us. We can play it right here next week to explain why they did it.
Yeah. I think Ryan's stressing a little bit about his running back situation. after, Derrick Henry hasn't really had a breakout game. So I think he's trying to, pull the panic cord a little bit and shuffle and look for something to fix the issue. That just could be me. He's might be just looking for running back depth for that reason. But yeah, I mean, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's an interesting.
We need more trades in this league. So I'm glad trades are happening because I love the trade part of fantasy. We don't get enough of them. No.
Yeah, no, and I think a lot of times people are always like I am. I'm always nervous to make trades because I'm always like trying to, I always think I'm going to get more for my value for the players I have, and all you guys out there and your trade value calculators and your I'm like, let's just trade on like your eye test.
Dude, you and me are peas in a pot on that. I hate it. Bobby, I say all the time, stop trading the analyzer, get it out of here. I'm not even going to look at it.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to talk. I'm talking about who I have, what I see him going to be able to do. Your trade analyzers don't take all that shit into account. It's based off stupid shit. I'm out on those 100%. I think it makes fantasy dumber.
Yeah. It's about your
takes
eyes.
the fun out of it.
Yeah, it takes the fun out of it. I was gonna say every time I send a trade and somebody hits me back with that, I'm like almost out the door every time. I'm just like, dude, come on, man, just come at me with how you really think the guy's gonna perform, not like, oh, what you paid for him at the draft. Who gives a fuck what you paid for him at the draft? That doesn't mean how is he playing now. How is he playing 2 weeks from now? Not how much you paid for him at the draft. The value of that doesn't mean shit to me. But anyways, so
if this was Matt's weekly rant on how he would change fantasy rules. I would make it to where any trade gets posted in the league thread. Everybody has a chance to jump in, argue back and forth, offer better shit. I think it would just be a lot of fun. It's like, you're almost putting somebody up for a bid or auction.
Yeah,
these the guys out there.
Yeah,
let's fight it out. I think
it's like a free market. I mean, I don't know. I think I remember Nathan saying something about that. Like, if you're wanting to trade somebody, just throw them in the thread, throw them up on the block in the thread, and let everybody, fucking fight it out. I think that's a kind of a cool way to do it too. All right, let's move along to our league standings, guys. Let's talk about where we're all at in the leagues, the different divisions. Let's start with let's just start from the top. Saddle Creek, and I mean the top because that's where I'm at. Sitting right there at the top, 2-0, baby, right there. So Saddle Creek, myself, Josh is sitting at 1-1. We got Steve and Joe right there, both at 1-1. We got those ties on their teams, and they're so we'll see how those do down the road for them. See if they help them out or they hurt them. We'll see. Arizona Bay coming in. Everybody in that division basically starting at the top. Justin, dog name after me is, I think that's Sean's team. Prepare to Die, Nathan, and Come Cork. They're all 1-1. All four of those guys are all 1-1. We're gonna have to see who does a little shake and shimmy shake to get up to the top of that the division. We'll see. Left Coast is another one with a 2-0 guy at the top. That's champ Alex, the natives sitting there right up there, 2-0. You yourself, I've seen worse, sitting there at 1-1. Adam sitting there at 1-1. Yahoo and touchdown, and the touchdown. What is his team name? Yahoo and the touchdowns. Yeah. And then Bobby, the only 0-2 team in the league, sitting down there. Not happy.
Dang, he is the only 0-2.
Only 0-2 team in the league. And if you guys remember my prediction of who had the worst team in the league, that was my prediction is Bobby.
So do you believe that it was the bad internet in Arkansas that we heard about? That's why Bobby can't set his lineup?
Yeah, I don't know what it is that's causing that. But did he leave a player on his team that didn't start? Did that happen this week?
Oh, he had to. Well, I don't know. No. Yes, who was it? Oh, that's right, tight end. I tried to trade him. He had Kittle in. Kittle was hurt since like middle of the week. We knew he wasn't going to play. Bobby left him in. I offered trades. Other people offered trades with plenty of time. I offered him like not a stud. Hayden Hurst, 11 targets last week, like 7 or 8 this week. For backup running backs, guys he's not going to play. Handcuffs. he still wouldn't do it. He had given up. He knew he wasn't going to be able to catch up. So he just kind of stayed fast where he was. I don't like that. I think you should always try and make moves and at least try and fly your way up, but chose not to.
All right. Well, that's it, guys. That's our standings for this year so far. This league, two divisions. The two guys are 2-0, and one division with everybody sitting there right at the same level, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, all the way down. So we'll see moving forward this week how this, these rankings move. Right now, speaking of scoreboards, though, let's get right to our out of the league scoreboard, because there's other leagues in this that we play that are all under our umbrella here under the Degenerate umbrella.
Yeah, I mean, I touched on a little bit of it earlier with the Guillotine League, and Bobby lost this week, so JT is on the waiver wire this week, so that's going to be a huge bid. I was high score in the league, so that was fun. Yeah, not a lot to talk about in that league. There's a lot of people in there with a lot of money on waivers, and nobody's spending. I outspent everybody last week. Nate actually pointed out that I had the high score in the whole world for Jalen Waddle last week, $400, paid off big time this week. I'm telling people, spend. You can't take it with you when you go. You got to spend it. Hopefully you're going to listen to this tonight and spend.
There you go.
So yeah, that league's fun. And then in Dynasty, we kind of covered some of that already. Let me pull it up real quick. Sorry, brother. I know I'm 2-0. You're 2-0.
That's right.
Sean Sexy Team 2-0. Josh 0-2. Dre 0-2. Speaking of Dre, has anybody seen him or talked to him lately? He's like non-existent in these threads. I hope he's still here. I hope he's still playing. Somebody check in. Let me know. Let's see. We got Howdy at 2-0. Somebody making dick jokes. Resurrection at 1-1. Yeah, a lot of 1-1. Steve's 0-2 looking for a win. Bobby's also 0-2 looking for a win. But man, I'm sorry, Bobby. It's just you're doing it, man. I don't want to keep ragging on you, but it's just what you're doing. Megan's at 1-1. Yeah, so Dynasty's pretty even. And, it's looking pretty good. But yeah. Let's get some shout outs on anybody in the Dynasty or Guillotine leagues that are watching our podcast. Let's see if we should keep talking about them or not. Let us know. All
right, let's move it forward to recapping our head-to-head predictions from last week. I got those written down for us. We went Josh versus Steve last week. So Josh versus Steve. You went with Steve. I went with Josh. Obviously, we know Josh pulled out the win, so that's one for me. And then Joe versus Ben, we both went with me, so we both get a point there. Ryan versus Nate, we both went with Nate, so we both get a
0.
Oh, we both get zeros there.
Ryan won.
Oh, that's right. So we both get zeros there. Then Bobby versus Adam, we both chose Bobby over Adam. What the fuck were we thinking?
We're not good at this.
We went zeros there. And then last one, we had Sean versus Justin. We both took Justin. And we were both wrong there again. Wow, bro. We are not good at this. So I got 2 picks right this week. You got 1 pick right this week.
Oh man.
So
wait, did you pick me? You picked me or Alex?
Oh, see, that's the problem. We only went with the losing games last week. We didn't pick all of them.
That's okay.
Yeah. Right. So we missed 1 game last week, and that was Alex's. I'm gonna take Alex on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Alex also now.
Okay, cool. So,
good.
Makes us look better, like we were a little bit smarter. I went 3 for 6. You went 2 for 6.
All right. Those are both losing numbers, brother. We got to get better.
Moving on to this week, let's run through the games real quick.
All right, let's start out with the first one on the top of my list is me against Bobby. I'm favored 137 to 124. I've gone over my projections both weeks, I believe, and I think he's been under. I'm 1-1. He's 0-2. I'm going to take myself. How about you?
Yeah, I'm going you over Bobby.
And bold prediction number 3, my cousin. Booby Hoob goes 0-3. I got a message for you, champ. You keep my cousin Booby Hoob's name out your fantasy mouth. Dig it!
Then we're going to jump to next. We're going to look at Sean versus Ryan. Sean is 1-1. Ryan's 1-1. Sean's favored 126 to 120. Ryan pulled off the big win last week, so I think that I'm going to go with Sean on this one.
I think I'm going to go with Sean this week. I think I like Wentz and Mixon and Diggs. Yeah.
2022. You just said you like Wentz. I never thought I'd hear that in 2022. Anybody liking Wentz. All right, man. So the next matchup we were going to do is Steve against you. You're 2-0. He is winless. You're at 141 projections. He's at 136. I don't see any reason to go against you at this point. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and lean into the curve, lean into the wins. I take you.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with me, obviously. I think I just my team's rocking and rolling right now, and I think as long as Herbert's still, playing and still out there, I think we're good. I'm good to go. So let's keep rolling. Where you got?
All right. Next up would be Joe against Josh. Joe is winless. Josh is 1-1. Joe's projection is 115. Josh is 126. That's a matchup against Burrow and Cousins. Burrow looks bad. I know Josh's favorite, but I'm gonna go with Joe. He needs a rebound big time.
Yeah, and I think he's gonna be smart and play Tua this week instead of playing Burrow again.
No, he played. No. Joe
not
Kirk
Burrow.
Cousins.
Cousins. That's what. Sorry, I misspoke.
Dude, how can he be losing? How can we only get 70 points to Jonathan Taylor and Christian McCaffrey? It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm gonna go Joe, and you're going Joe. So
all right, so we got Adam against Alex. Alex favored by 4 in the projections. They were 5 points away from each other in high scores last week.
ooh.
Adam's 1-1. Alex is 2-0. No way Alex's team does that ever again, but I still do like it. So yeah, I am gonna go with Adam.
With Adam.
Yeah. I switched it up
Oh,
last
you
minute.
did switch it up
Adam.
last minute.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
Adam's your pick. All right, I think I'll go. I think I'm gonna stick with the champ on this one. I think I'm gonna roll with the champ.
Cool. We got one game left. This is like the big bet game of the year. These guys love to throw money at each other, whether it's a poker table or the fantasy game. Doesn't matter. I love Justin's new name, House of Hammer. Love it, Justin. Nate against Justin. Nate's favored by 3 in the projections. They're both 1-1. Man, this is a good matchup. I really think that Justin takes it, and Nate's going to fall to 1-2. So that's my prediction. I'm going to go with Justin. Go House of Hammer.
Wow, House of Hammer is a great name. It is a great name. It's straight out of like Game of Thrones. I love it. I'm gonna go Derek Carr, Hilaire Gibson, Cup, Pittman. Is Pittman playing this week? Is he back? That's something I'm curious about.
Does it matter? Because Matt Ryan's still playing.
Yeah, I mean, because Pittman still had a good game on week 1. He was out last week, which hurt Nate's team a little bit. Yeah, I think it's hard to bet against Cup and Kelsey, and I like David Carr this week. I think he has a good game against Tennessee because Tennessee's.
You mean in the broadcast booth?
Did I say David Carr?
Yeah, Derek Carr plays football.
I like Derek Carr this week. Is what I meant to say against Tennessee. So I'm gonna roll with Nate. I'm gonna roll with Nate this week.
All right, man. Nice. I like it.
And Matt is taking Justin. So we have two games that we're differing on. So that'll be good this week. I think we'll actually, I won't stomp you like we did last week.
Come on. All right, brother. I think that's a wrap for this week. What do you think?
Yeah, man, that's a wrap on the Degenerate Breakdown. We'll see you guys next week. Have fun.
See you guys.
Degenerates. This is Bubby Hub, bringing you bold predictions and waiver wire picks. My bold prediction is that Nick Chubb will be #1 running back throughout the year. I had a nick in my Chubb one time, but there was insects all over this area. The whole thing had to be shaven.